All right, good morning. Thanksgiving Day, got the turkey in the oven. We got rain last night, but it stopped, and it looks like it's not going to rain for a couple more hours. I don't like riding in the rain. I don't like riding when it's wet. But if I don't, I'm not going to get a chance to ride because I think later today and tomorrow is going to rain. So I'm taking the Supermoto out, KTM 500 EXC. Gear on today, it's still kind of cool, so I'm using my Joe Rocket Afterburner gloves. I've had these out down to 35 degrees and they work pretty well. And I'm really excited because I got the Rucka Armaxion jacket and the Rucka Armaxion pants, and I love them. Keep you warm. The fit is much better than the Dainese, at least for me. The styling I really like, and there's really a lot of advanced technology that they use in the build of the Rucka product. It is very expensive, let me just say that, but if you're going to ride in extreme weather, which some of us have to do here in the Midwest, so far I'm really digging the Rucka product. So let's get out there and see how it goes. Also for boots, I'm wearing the TCX EVO boots. Previously reviewed those. So let's give this bad boy a whirl. So the rain got rid of most of the crappy snow. Trying to get my mirror adjusted here. I got a new one because the other one was just causing me all sorts of grief. I don't know how much gas I have, so I'll probably have to stop to get some gas. But right now, we are riding in the rain. So, a little fogging going on there. So, I also have the Outlast base layer from Rucka on. Uses some fancy technology from NASA to regulate your temperature, and I also have an ANSI mid-layer heated lithium battery mid-layer. So I can't say enough about the Rucka stuff. I really like it. I mean, Dainese and Alpine Star make some good stuff, but I gotta tell you, this Rucka stuff is a whole new quality level from my perspective. Take it easy today because we don't want any tickets, and there really is no traffic on the road today. It's still early. Temperature, you can still see the snow on the ground. Temperature is probably 48 right now. Icky and overcasted. I got a new mount for my Trail Tech. My previous review had cracked, and this new Service mirror, which is much better than the one I had before. The other one stripped out and it just kept moving all over the place, which is a pain in the neck. Hopefully the wind noise is not too bad. I'm trying to keep from fogging here, guys. that ain't working too well. So the wife and I cooking a 25-pound turkey. Got all the kids over. A couple came in last night. You know what? I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to get gas now. So it's been a busy week. Hoping for better weather, but we got stung with 12 inches of snow last weekend, and finally most of the crap is gone thanks to the rain. But you know, some people don't have a problem riding in the rain. I got all the gear and shit for it. My issue is I hate cleaning the bikes, and I'm very particular about taking care of my bikes in terms of cleanliness. So one of the things that I did with the bikes that I've been riding, and the bikes that I've been riding in the crappy weather have been the KTM 500 EXC, my Ducati Multistrada, which I love. And last night I took out my Triumph Speed Triple R. I researched a treatment, some of you may be familiar with, it's called ACF 50. It was designed for airplanes. And it's, I believe, a water-based sort of protectant, lubricant, and you spray it on everything. And it builds up a coat that protects the bike from corrosion, salt, and whatnot. So I've treated all the bikes with that. It's not cheap, I will tell you. It's a fairly expensive product. And then when I bring the bikes back in, I spray them with this other water-based solution called Salt Away. There are other brands out there, but essentially those things, you spray the bike, those products, you spray the bike, and it causes the salt to become inert. That's probably the right way to describe it. So that it doesn't impact, or it doesn't start, corroding. So I've been doing that, and I've been using that for 2 seasons, and I mean, there's been some minor things on the bikes, even on the top end bikes like the Ducatis, where I thought I treated it, but I guess I missed it. It's not, like rust corrosion, but it's more like, it's gotten kind of like what happens to a penny or silver. But anyway, I'm trying to be more meticulous this year in protecting the bikes from that crap. And I don't know why, I'm just fogging up really bad this morning. I can't, I know there's a lot of moisture in the air, but usually, I don't have that problem. So, I don't know if you guys have seen some of their videos from the European Motorcycle Show, EIMCA, I think, EIO, but really nice bikes, and I'm really digging the new Ducati X Diavel. So it's basically the new 1198 engine with the DVT variable valve timing, and kind of still the Ducati look, but the pegs are forward like a traditional American cruiser. But the bike is beautiful, just the machining on it, the milling. So I think I'm going to have to trade in a bike to get that one. And the performance is still, you're talking about 155 horsepower, oodles of torque, and all of it is much lower in the rev range than the current Diavel, which is more of a high RPM, typical Ducati bike. But it's beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful bikes. The other one I'm digging is the Husqvarna 701 Supermoto. Looks beautiful. The styling of those bikes, and they've been purchased by KTM, but the styling on the Husqvarnas are just, in my opinion, some of the best looking bikes, that and the Aprilia Supermotos, but I don't think they make those anymore. So there's like nobody on the road, which I don't mind. I'm having a little problem with shifting, getting used to shifting with these T6 boots. Kind of a strange feeling. We'll have to work it out. By the way, the T6 boots, I got those a couple weeks ago. Had them in cold weather. This is the first wet weather ride, and they're good boots. The only thing I don't like about them is they're not mid boots. They're high boots, and so they cover up your shin. The shin protection part of it is not very flexible, and it's sort of uncomfortable on the pants. Hopefully that'll change when they break in. But in terms of keeping you warm and just quality, they're great boots, good traction and all that stuff. So my lovely wife, no gripes with me going out for a ride. Just got to wait for the turkey to get closer to being done. We always eat early in my house. And there's some other stuff we need to cook up. So, like I said, it's 48, maybe 50 now. Very wet. Hands are nice and toasty with these Rocket gloves on. Feet feeling good. Legs feeling good. My core is warm. I am feeling a little chilliness on my forearms, but nothing, nothing bad. Yeah, I'm having a real hard time shifting with these boots and this bike. Kind of windy. So let's talk about the Ruck clothes. Yeah, just you could feel the quality and you can see it in the stitching. Probably really can't see it as I'm looking at it here, but it's just, I mean, very thick. You can feel the quality and the durability. I've taken it's called a reflective liner out because when I got it, I went out with my Powerlit heated under liner because it was much colder than today, but I didn't think I needed it today, so. But yeah, it's some good stuff for sure. I really like it. Highly recommend it. You'll spend a lot of money. It's not cheap. Same with the pants. The pants, exceptional quality. I love the fit. I've struggled with the Dean Easy because I can get the waist right. I'm probably like a 32 and a half waist, but I got long legs, and every set of pants I get, they're too short. When you sit on the bike, they ride up and they don't come back down on the jeans. But these are not that way. I did get the longer kind, so these are probably longer than what they need to be, but I prefer that, quite frankly. Still fogging up. Who knows? Maybe the weather will push back to much later in the day. Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be nice. That's a relative term. I think the highs are going to be like 38, 39, but it'll be dry. So with the right gear on, you can probably get some few rides in. It sucks up in the Midwest. People are probably like, look at this fool on his motorcycle. Yeah. So I know a lot of people ride in the snow and the rain. I've been a wussy, quite frankly. But, you know, if you really want to make the most out of the year, at least in the Midwest, you gotta learn to suck it up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sucking it up. So it's kind of nice just to get on the bike and not race from stoplight to stoplight and drive aggressively and just sort of poodle around. And a couple bikes I have are really good at that, and this happens to be one of them. So the tradition in my house is we get the Christmas tree after Thanksgiving, so that usually ends up being Saturday or Sunday. And we're interested this year because we have a cat that's been with us about a year, and this cat loves climbing up poles. So we got a feeling this cat, Oliver, is going to have a blast with the Christmas tree. I think it's amusing. My wife does not. Couldn't take it anymore, had to pass. bike's got some serious power for a single cylinder. The mirrors just don't seem to get along. That's the end of my ride for now. Gotta hit the bathroom. See what happened to my Session GoPro while it stopped. Get a little coffee. Maybe we'll do another ride. Hopefully it'll dry up a little bit. KTM 500 EXC. Great motorcycle. Makes the supermoto conversion. Pulls hard. Quality suspension and build. Good bike.